Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Via, and if this is your first time coming across my channel, please subscribe. Thank you. This video is the pattern making of the dress I found on Pinterest a few months ago. I only made a sketch just to be able to look it up on Pinterest since I couldn't find the pin. So I'm disclaiming ownership of the dress. Just stick around if this is something that piques your interest. I'd be drafting directly on fabric. You can use paper if that's how you want to do the pattern drafting. Let's dive right into the video. Firstly, I measured down to my dress length, which is 51 inches plus hem allowance. To get my off shoulder line, I removed 5 inches from my original chest length. That is, I removed 5 inches from the tape while taking the measurement, all my vertical measurements. I also added half inch on top for seam allowance. So in total I minus 4.5 inches from the tape. Placing the tape on 4.5 on the chest line, I measured down to my bust point, waist length. Then from the waist length, I measured my hip length. Take this measurement on the other side to get a straight line. On the chest line, I marked in half my cross chest measurement minus 1 inch. Then I added half inch for seam allowance. On the bust line, I marked my bust divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. I went up 2 inches from the bust line to get the armhole depth or armhole line. Marked the bust measurement on it and connected a curve from the chest line. I marked in my waist circumference divided by 4 on the waistline plus 1 inch seam allowance. For the front hip, I marked in quarter of my full hip measurement plus 0.375 inch, then plus 1 inch seam allowance. Which meanwhile I ended up removing the 0.375 because my fabric has a little bit of stretch. Connects all the lines. My front half length is longer than the back with about 1.25 inches, so I came down 1.25 inches from the bust point line, creating a side bust dart. This is quite optional, so if you do not want to make use of a side bust dart, you can make your front and back half length equal. For the side dart length, I marked my bust span measurements plus 1.5 inches to ensure that the dart doesn't get to the bust apex. I measured and equalized the side bust dart to prevent shortage. So for the hem, I marked in quarter of my full hip measurement minus 1 inch plus 1 inch seam allowance and connected to the hip line. back pattern. I took the measurement just as for the front pattern, except I removed the 1.25 inches which used for the bust dart of the front. So everything was basically similar to an extent. I added 1 inch zipper allowance. Please do take note. Marked the back cross chest measurements plus seam allowance just as for the front. For the hem part, I marked in quarter of the full hip measurement minus 1 inch on the side just like the front. Then on the center back line, I marked in 1 inch. This is to further create hip illusion. Then I went down 6 inches from the hip line and in 1 inch and connected to the 1 inch on the hemline. Then I remarked the zipper line as the zipper allowance. I equally went in 0.5 inch on the waistline center back to prevent the zipper from bulging. Then I went ahead and notched all the edges and where I needed to notch, and that was it. So this is everything for the cutting of both front and back. So expect the sewing video next. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.